Hi, friends. Welcome to my show, The Mind Maverick by Rosalind Bosco. Today, I have an answer to all your questions. Some of you may think, who is this woman who is trying to give solutions to our problems? In what capacity does she function? How is she entitled to give answers to our questions? I'm sure you are right to ask me these questions, and I also feel indebted to answer these questions to you today before I proceed with this quest of sharing my experiences with you. I will tell you what are the challenges I faced in my life, which led me to three major questions. When I was barely 20 years old, my mother had a major operation, and she was really a very good woman who never harmed anybody in her life, a very God fearing woman from a devout Catholic family. And she was a very submissive woman, but she had her legs amputated for no fault of hers. At this point, I was frustrated because I knew that she was a very pious woman who never spoke ill of anybody in her life. So, the first question that led me to my quest is, why did my mother, who was a perfectly innocent woman, have to suffer this way? The second major impact that I had in my life was when there were so many incidents happening around me in the world. Like when a child is raped and burnt, when a child is molested, kept under lock and key and molested and thrown away on the streets. Now, what is the answer to this question? How can we reconcile ourselves with these brutalities? The third one is the question that I wanted to find out from my own religion. I am a practicing Catholic even now, and I wanted to find this from my own religion because Jesus Christ says, you have to forgive others 7 into 70 times, which means you have to forgive people in an unlimited way. There is no end to that. And I'm happy to tell you that I was able to find an answer to all these questions, all the three questions. And this is what drove me to write my first book, which is God Has Our Backs, which is published on Amazon.in. And in this book, I have given the answers which I found to all these three questions. And the third question which was on my mind is, how can God forgive everybody? If He expects human beings to forgive each other, then the same God, the same loving God, would also forgive all the human beings on earth until they found a way to Him, or He would be waiting for the lost sheep to return to Him. So, the answer for that question can be found in this book, The Brimstone Fallacy. And this is also published on Amazon.in and Amazon.com. You can find copies of these books in India on the Notion Press. They cost only 200 rupees, but you can get a lot of information from these books. And please listen till the end, because I have a message also for my Facebook friends. So these questions led me on a quest about consciousness research. When consciousness leaves the human body, what happens to our consciousness? And I was able to find, after listening to almost 500 to 600 cases, these people whose consciousness has left their bodies and say that they have visited heaven have a firm belief, come back with a firm belief, if they are Roman Catholics or they belong to any other denomination, they come back with a firm belief that this earth is just a school for us. It is like a training ground for schools, our training ground for souls. So when we come on this earth, we come with the purpose of learning more about how we can evolve into better human beings. And that is our mission, our purpose on earth. It is bigger than a movie. It is more exciting than a movie of the aliens or the extraterrestrials, because we have not understood our true potential as souls to make a change. And only when we are convinced about all these questions, why do people have to suffer? And why do people have to be brutally killed or raped or murdered? So when we get an answer to these questions, we can believe in God hundredfold and magnify Him. And I personally believe that my God, the Holy Spirit, or Jesus Christ, or anybody else's God for that matter, is not going to be a threatening God or a revengeful God, but a God filled with mercy. Now, I have the opportunity of having many people on my friend list on Facebook. And I do not use Facebook for chatting or for any other purpose, but to spread some kind of socially oriented messages. And it is not possible for me to reach every one of my Facebook friends individually. So the best way I thought that I could do this is to share my experiences with you and to share my thoughts with you on a very personal level. And I thank you. I am responsible now. I feel responsible to the subscribers who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. And I am sure that we will have a lot of fruitful discussions. You may agree with me or you may not agree with me. You can ask questions which I will try to answer. But then I believe that we are more than our physical selves, and we can go a long way, especially the young people, more than people like me. Young people like you can go a long way in making a radical change in the world. Many people whose consciousness has visited heaven, when they come back, they say that God or the light, they describe God as light, and they say that the light has personally asked them to give messages about environment and how we as human beings have a great stake in that, and we are responsible for taking care of our environment. Thank you, friends, for listening to me patiently, and have a wonderful week ahead. This is Rosalind Bosco signing off. Take care.